Good Thursday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to tonight's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And man, it was a cold one out there once again today. In fact, some of the coldest weather we have seen in over a decade here in the Wenatchee Valley. Below zero temperatures this morning. In fact, our low was 8 below this morning. And now we're going to see some snow coming our way. In fact, we could see 1 to 3 inches of snow accumulation in the Wenatchee area. Expect a pretty much all-day snow event for your Friday into Friday night. And boy, if you're traveling west, Stevens Pass could see as much as 8 to 12 inches of snow as we get into Friday and Friday night. And then when that passes, we have the chance for ice and snow. Friday night into Saturday, our temperatures will slowly be warming up, and that could make for some treacherous travel around our area. We're talking Snoqualmie Pass to Spokane and Stevens Pass to Spokane as well. And we will have much more for you coming up a little bit later in your weather forecast. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. Snoqualmie Pass on I-90 was closed in both directions this morning due to multiple collisions that included minor injuries. Holiday travel between Wenatchee and Seattle will be challenging, to say the least. And 2 families have been displaced after a wind-driven fire destroyed 2 homes in Quincy. But first, our top story tonight. Highway 172 and most other roadways in the Waterville Plateau remain closed today as state crews continued work on clearing snowdrifts. Strong winds continued to whip up snow and created big drifts into today. Washington State Patrol Deputy Colin Camarvel said Washington State Department of Transportation crews rescued 6 or 7 people yesterday from several vehicles that were buried in drifts as high as 6 feet. He said a Douglas County PUD employee also rescued a person who was walking along the roadway in the blizzard-like conditions after abandoning his car. Snoqualmie Pass on I-90 was closed in both directions this morning due to multiple collisions that included minor injuries. One of the vehicles that was struck was also a Washington State Patrol car. The closures were near North Bend, Easton, Ellensburg, and Cle Elum. Even though there was minimal snow yesterday here at home, motorists in the Wenatchee Valley had to deal with iced and snowed over roadways that led to 27 vehicle collisions. The majority of those wrecks were in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee, with Wenatchee police responding to 13 accidents and East Wenatchee police to 9. Most of the collisions were reported as non-injury. The bitter cold of recent days has kept Tuesday's snow frozen on most roads, and they're likely to stay that way until a warming trend that is forecast to begin on Christmas Day. Holiday travel between Wenatchee and Seattle because of that weather will be challenging, to say the least. Alaska Airlines flights between the 2 cities don't appear to be much of an option, with all flights in and out of Pangbourne Memorial Airport having been canceled since last Sunday through today, and upcoming flights very much in question. Greyhound reports all its trips to and from Seattle are sold out through Christmas Day. The Wenatchee Valley Shuttle still has tickets available for some of its rides, but many of those are being reported as sold out as well. Driving the mountain passes on your own remains an option, but you'll want to check the state's pass reports. Currently, chains are required on Blewett Pass and traction tires on Stevens and Snoqualmie passes, but heavy snow is in the forecast for all 3 passes beginning tonight and continuing until Saturday night. The Washington State Patrol said troopers will be out actively enforcing any chain requirements on those passes. In addition to weather concerns, the Washington State Department of Transportation is projecting occasional bumper-to-bumper holiday traffic on those passes. Well, in other news, 2 families have been displaced after a wind-driven fire destroyed 2 homes in Quincy. According to Deputy Chief David Durfee, Grant County Fire District 3 responded to a single home fire that upon arrival was fully involved in spreading to a second structure. There were no injuries to the occupants, although one firefighter was transferred to Quincy Valley Hospital for minor injuries and has since been released. The Ephrata Fire Department and Grant County Fire District 13 assisted with over 30 firefighters on scene. They fought the fires in 1-degree temperatures with minus 19-degree wind chill. The cause of that fire is currently under investigation. Well, when we come back, a power outage amid today's frigid temperatures led the Chelan County PUD to open part of its Leavenworth offices as a warming center for local residents. Pharmacies attached to major grocery stores and retailers face a new Washington lawsuit for their roles in the opioid epidemic. The Douglas County PUD has selected the builder for its planned industrial hydrogen facility. And thanks to the generosity of people from throughout north central Washington, more than 70 nonprofits will be receiving a financial boost through the annual Give NCW campaign. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa end of the year blowout sale is going on now. Spas are scientifically proven to improve sleep and ease arthritis pain. Let us help you find the perfect spa today. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa is helping families reconnect, one hot tub at a time.
Welcome back. In another news, a power outage amid today's frigid temperatures led the Chelan County PUD to open part of its Leavenworth offices as a warming center for local residents. About 736 customers along Icicle Road and on Highway 2 in Tumwater Canyon were left without power this morning with a local temperature of minus 8 degrees. The utility, the auditorium of its Leavenworth sub-office along Chumstick Highway, it's open to anyone needing to get warm. Other outages were reported this morning on East Leavenworth Road in Union Valley near Chelan and on Lower Eniat River Road. The PUD warned customers to turn off non-heating appliances during power outages so as not to overload systems when the power comes back on. The effect is called a cold load pickup, and it creates an instant energy demand that's larger than normal, overwhelming the power grid. Pharmacies attached to major grocery stores and retailers face a new Washington lawsuit for their roles in the opioid epidemic. Attorney General Bob Ferguson filed suit Wednesday against Albertsons, Kroger, and Rite Aid, saying their pharmacy centers knowingly oversupplied addictive opioids to Washington consumers. The lawsuit also covers pharmacies bought by those chains, including Safeway, QFC, and Fred Meyer. It's part of a series of lawsuits the state has brought against opioid manufacturers and retailers, which have netted more than $1 billion in settlements so far. The Douglas County PUD has selected the builder for its planned industrial hydrogen facility. IMCO Construction of Ferndale was the lower of two bidders, asking $18.2 million for the contract. PUD commissioners approved the bid in a special meeting on Tuesday. If all goes as planned, the new facility in Baker Flats will start producing hydrogen using excess power from Wells Dam in the summer of 2023. The hydrogen fuel would be used to power vehicles and for other industrial uses. Thanks to the generosity of people from throughout north central Washington, more than 70 nonprofits will be receiving a financial boost through the annual Give North Central Washington campaign. Community Foundation of NCW Executive Director Beth Stipe talked with Wake Up Wenatchee Valley's Dan Kuntz about how the program works.
There are a couple of ways that anyone and everyone can give. The smallest donation is $10, so very easy. You go online and you can either choose from any of these nonprofit organizations, and it's an online shopping catalog, just like you would do with an Uber Eats or an Amazon, that kind of thing. You can put in as much money as you want. You can give $10 to all of them. You can give $10 to your favorite 4, however that works. And then you check out once, and then every penny goes to that nonprofit organization, because we have some really great partners that step forward and help to cover the credit card fees. All donors are given the option to do that, but if you choose not to, we have others that are going to take on that burden, so that every dollar that you designate to the nonprofit goes to that nonprofit. Then we also have the opportunity, if you can't choose between all of them, you can make one donation to Give to All, and at the end of the campaign, all of those funds will be distributed to the 70 nonprofits in an equal portion. And we also have some donors who have stepped up to make some matching funds available. So every dollar you give to the Give to All bucket will get matched dollar for dollar up to $50,000. So that's pretty exciting.
How does the 70 nonprofits as part of this year's Give NCW campaign land on your desk? How do you decide this is going to be your year? Or you rotate them in and out? Do they say please, Beth? How does that work?
Well, so any nonprofit organization in Chelan, Douglas, or Okanagan counties that is in good standing with the IRS and has been a grantee of ours in the past is eligible to participate in the campaign. So we don't pick and choose. As long as you are in good standing and you want to participate, we offer this opportunity up to those nonprofit partners.
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
At Local Myth Pizza, we believe in real food, freshly prepared with only premium ingredients. Our cheeses are imported from Italy. Our sauces, dressings, and even our sausages are made in-house fresh daily. Featuring Northwest craft beers and 30 Chelan Valley wines and ciders. Family fun and amazing food. Eat local, drink local, and be local at Local Myth Pizza.
Come see why Sunset Magazine says you can't beat Local Myth Pizza.
The holiday season is here, and life is hectic. Let Merry Maids help simplify yours. You expect a lot, and Merry Maids delivers more. They'll make your home or business sparkle for holiday parties, special events, and family gatherings. They'll customize the cleaning to fit your needs and your budget. Merry Maids are cleaning experts. They're licensed, bonded, and insured. Best of all, your satisfaction is always guaranteed. Visit online, merrymaids.com, and call for a free estimate. Then you can relax. It's done.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Time now for our weekly Pause for Pets feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. Tonight we meet a bonded pair of sister rabbits named Basil and Clove.
Hi everyone, my name is Haley and I'm with the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and with me this week are the sister bunnies, Basil and Clove. Basil and Clove came to us as an owner surrender. Their owners didn't have enough time for them, and so now they're here. They're a bonded pair, so they have to go together. They are very sweet bunnies. They are learning to be more social with people. Our guess is that they weren't really in the house much, so they're not super social, but they're getting better with the help of our volunteers and staff members that work with them to try to get them to be more outgoing with people. In their kennel, they're very clean. They're fully litter box trained, so they know how to use the litter box, and their daily cleaning is just a quick spot cleaning of hay and the pellets that they like to toss a little bit. But other than that, they're very sweet girls. They love their vegetables. I believe parsley and kale are some of their favorites. And they're just ready for their forever home. If you're interested in meeting Basil and Clove, you can come on down to our shelter. We're open every day except Wednesday, and we are open 11 to 6 and closed 1:30 to 2:30 for quiet time.
Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org.
Time now for a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you all had a great Thursday. Only 3 more days until Christmas coming up on Sunday. Very cold out there today. And now, yeah, we have snow coming our way. It's going to start late tonight, snow overnight, and probably throughout the day on Friday. The graphic says Wenatchee 1 to 2 inches. I think we could see all of 3 inches out of this storm by the time we get to Friday night. That goes for Winthrop. Also a little bit less for Moses Lake as we head east, and then a little bit more if you're traveling over Lookout Pass between Idaho and Montana a little bit later on. And then when we get through that, we've got some ice to worry about, and that could happen Friday night into Saturday, and especially Sunday on Christmas Day and into early next week. We're going to warm up, so we could see that freezing rain and a mixture of snow and rain, and we're talking Stevens Pass to Spokane as well as Snoqualmie Pass as well to Spokane, and that pretty much covers all of I-90. All right, let's take a look at today's almanac. We did reach a high temperature today of only 2 degrees. Can we even call that a high temperature? Low this morning, 8 below, and believe it or not, that wasn't a record. Our record low was 9 below zero, and that was set back in 1983. Our normal low is 23. Our normal high, 32. We were 30 degrees below where we should be for a high today. Our record high was set back in 2014 at 51 degrees. Sunrise this morning, 7:46, and the sun set this afternoon at 4:13. Taking a look at what we can expect as we get you into Friday as far as temperatures. The good news is, even though we're going to see a snowy day tomorrow, it's going to warm up. Moses Lake and Ephrata 16 degrees above tomorrow, 15 in Quincy, and then a little bit cooler back in the Wenatchee area, 14 for Wenatchee, Eniat, and Chelan. You folks in Omak, you will also see a high temperature of 14 degrees tomorrow. All right, let's take a look at now our surface loop we'll begin with tonight. We can expect mostly cloudy skies. You can see that storm system beginning to move through as we get into tonight. And then as we get into your Friday, it will really move through our area with a vengeance. 8 o'clock in the morning, going to be tricky commute. 3 o'clock, more snow. The good news, we will warm up a little bit on Friday. For Christmas Eve, more snow as that system begins to push through. 8 in the morning, we're going to be dealing with some snow and then rain mixed with snow possibly in the afternoon. Christmas Eve, high temperatures then in the low 20s for Christmas Day. Hope you have a great Christmas. Look at the size of that storm system moving in. We'll see cloudy with evening rain and snow likely, warmer in the afternoon for Christmas with highs anywhere in the low to mid 30s. And then kicking off our next work week on Monday, we will see cloudy skies, and with those warmer temperatures, rain mixed with snow is likely. High temperatures on Monday into the mid 30s, and that weather is going to continue for our Tuesday. Cloudy skies again as our area of low pressure wobbles south back up to the north on Tuesday. We will warm up some more with high temperatures Tuesday in the upper 30s. And then by the end of our forecast on Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies as the next storm system gets poised to move through. We'll just see about a 50% chance of rain on Wednesday with high temperatures near, doesn't that sound good, 40 degrees. Taking a look now at our 7-day forecast brought to you by Apple Valley Honda. Overnight tonight, going to be cold once again. Wind chill advisory in place until tomorrow. 1 degree for our low temperature tonight. For Friday, snow likely, 1 to 3 inches possible and 14 for our high. We could see another inch or two of snow on Saturday, but we will warm up to 22. That warm up continues as we get you into Christmas Day on Sunday. Cloudy skies, a 50-50 chance that we'll see some wet stuff Sunday, high of 33. For Monday, a good chance for rain and snow, and just figure that for Tuesday as well. 36 your high Monday, 38 on Tuesday. And by the end of our forecast on Wednesday, we expect mostly cloudy skies, a 50% chance of rain with a high temperature then of 39 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCW Life Evening News continues right after this.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Raising a family may have seemed overwhelming to your parents, but they weren't. Coach, teacher, life guide, caregiver. Family takes care of family. And as the circle of life continues, you now are their caregiver. It may seem overwhelming, but we're here to help you find the support services necessary so you can provide quality care to your elders.
Call Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington at 1-800-572-4459. And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy Thursday to you. Eastmont came so close to winning the Geesa Winter Shootout yesterday, but fell just short in the championship game. University came out on top, 70-69 the final score. Other scores from Wednesday's final round had Prairie topping Wenatchee 64-57 and Selah edged Meade 50-49. On the girls' side of the Geesa Winter Shootout, Eastmont took third place with a 66-26 win over Federal Way. Post Falls won the tournament championship with a 75-52 win over Jackson. Wenatchee scored its most points of the season, but fell to Selah 51-36. On other prep girls basketball yesterday, a Fred atop Quincy in the Battle of the Basin 50-34. Rest of the girls' schedule was wiped out because of the weather. On the Les Schwab Prep boys basketball scoreboard, Kennewick edged Moses Lake 48-46. Fred atop Quincy 61-60. Moses Lake Christian down Odessa 67-44. Brewster's game with Napavine was postponed until today. Omak and Colville were canceled. Well, the Washington Huskies fell to 23rd rated Auburn last night in Seattle. 84-61 the final score. Keon Brooks had 15 points while Corin Johnson scored 12 for the Huskies. Coach Mike Hopkins says the Tiger defense was the difference.
Came out of the gate, we looked a little bit tight, struggled offensively, probably due to Auburn's pressure. They were denying, they were making it very difficult. Forced us into some one-on-one plays where, that's what they try to do. They, one of the best shot blocking teams in the country, they're number one, and they forced us into some shots around the rim that were rushed or missed and those types of things. We were able to hang on. We were lucky to only be down 8 at halftime. In the second half, we cut it to 6, and our defense just didn't hold up. Shot 70% from the field. That's not going to be winning numbers for us. But you got to give your hats off to Auburn. That's how they play.
I'm watching that, and I just can't help but think of Mike Hopkins' wife, who's probably watching those press conferences going, honey, fix your shirt, do your tie. Coming up today, Washington State is in Hawaii to face George Washington. That's coming up on ESPN2. Women's college basketball last night. Brenna Maxwell scored 23 points, and Yvonne Agim had 15 in Gonzaga's 82-67 win over Montana. Highlights courtesy of Gonzaga Athletics. was the third game for the 22nd ranked Bulldogs in 5 days, and Coach Lisa Fortier says winning all three is a statement about the toughness of her team.
You know, they did a nice job of just being able to turn from prep day to game, to different prep day to game, because these teams were all three very different, in my opinion. I know they're all three physical, all three good rebounding teams, all three kind of get after you on defense, but offensively they run a lot of different things. Their strengths lie in different ways. Maybe BYU and Montana have the same strength with a really dominant post player, but they do it different. So I just thought that they were the physical tough, but they were also mentally tough and prepared to not let up. I yelled at them once today because I thought that they were not focused anymore, but before the game I complimented them and said, you guys, I'm not worried about this as far as a lack of focus because of Christmas, because we're so veteran. We start 5 upperclassmen. And then we get young quick, but I think that they really played well over the entirety of the 3 games.
Washington State, meanwhile, finished its Texas two-step with a 70-63 win over Houston. Eula Matuga led the battle of the Cougars with 14 points.
Now it goes to Charlize Ledger-Walker. She has it over on the left-hand side, sends it back up top to Walk. They get it in low to Matuga. And she's going to get good inside position and put it up and in. Washington State another opportunity to take the lead. Gardner at the three-point arc, gives it to Sarver, fakes the shot, now in a little crossover move, puts it up with the left hand, and Grace Sarver with a half a dozen. For that matter, Grace Sarver now your leading scorer for the Cougars. Charlize Ledger-Walker takes it away from Patterson. Ahead of the pack, stops, puts it up and in. Outlet pass to Charlize Ledger-Walker. Charlize finds Bella at the head of the key. Looking now with one dribble. Oh, a nice pass to Ula Matuga from Bella Murakatsete. And a reverse layup from Ula Matuga and a timeout from Houston. Charlize just going to let the clock continue to spin out. And the Cougars of Washington State will win this one. 70-63, Washington State with the win. They improved to 10-2.
Good win for WSU. Also last night, Haley Van Lith scored 17 points to help Louisville beat DePaul 81-67. Kashmir Grant is averaging 20 points a game so far this season. Well, 4 Seahawks were selected to the NFL's Pro Bowl yesterday. Quarterback Geno Smith, free safety Quandre Diggs, kicker Jason Myers, and rookie cornerback Tariq Woolen, all chosen to represent Seattle. The Hawks preparing to leave tomorrow for Saturday's game at Kansas City. Temperatures for the 10 a.m. kickoff are expected to be in the teens. We'll have a complete preview tomorrow right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Also, the Seattle Kraken in Vancouver for an NHL game tonight. After consecutive wins at home, Seattle heads for Rogers Arena to face the Canucks. 7 o'clock. You can watch all the action on Root Sports Northwest. Real quick here, final note, a happy birthday. You know, a lot of people grow up with heroes in their lives that are probably sports figures, things like this. My hero was my older brother, Sean, and he still is to this day. Sean, my brother, turns 60 years young today, and he always wanted to be a dad. In the last year, he has become a father by adopting 3 beautiful children. You see 2 of them there on the scooter with him. Happy birthday. Love you, brother. Hope you have a good day today. That's a look at sports news. Grant, back to you.
And that will do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for being with us. Have a great night.
Connect with us on Networked as we introduce you to the people and organizations who are leading innovation in the region. Get inspired, engaged, and networked right here on the NCWLIFE channel.